Mr. Skip,
What's up?
my brother from another. I'm up here with the one and only Mr. Skip from the Lou.
Skip from the Lou.
And man, I've been friends with this brother for a long time. He used to come down in this same basement, cut me, other partners here, walk home from school, have all kind of stories and all kind of visitors up in here. And so he's in town, so I just wanted to make sure I give him his flowers. And he's one of the most interesting people that I know. And so we want to make sure we do this right while he's back in the Lou representing. The first thing I like to do, y'all know I like to do with the fruit of the speech, is, because we've been friends for so long, I want to just say a Bible verse about friendship. Let's just start it off with that. Proverbs 17:17. It goes, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. And also in Proverbs 27:17, which is really, really good to me and him, I believe, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So just want to start off with that. Man, how you been doing, brother?
I've been good, man. I've been blessed, man. I'm thankful that I made it to St. Louis safe and sound. I'm blessed that I'm able to do what I enjoy doing as a career, and I'm blessed to come in town and see family and friends.
That's right, man. How long has it been for you since you've been back to the Lou?
I came back in August of 2025.
Okay.
So it's my first time. This is my first time being in St. Louis in the month of March since I moved 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I moved the last week of March in 2010.
Okay. So we kind of, that's why I know we partners, man, because we kind of rolling back into the Lou at the same time. And so so I wanted to reach out to you, man. I just had a couple questions for you, man. I ain't going to keep you up. I know you busy, brother. You got music, you got skits, you got, all kind of art, you know what I'm saying? Since the beginning, you've been doing your thing.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let the audience know, man, how did we meet?
We met in, 1991. Fall 91. Let me see, was that fall 88, 89, 89? Yeah, fall 91 when I came to Hayesville Central. And found out that you and KK as cousins. I seen you before that, I think, at like a little party or something back in 1990. But so when I saw you at Hayesville Central, I was like, hey man, ain't you Keith Overall's cousin? You was all like, yeah. And then come to find out, you know what I'm saying, when me meeting Chris White and Cortez and already knowing Cortez from 6th grade, everything just kind of like just fell in line.
My man. Hey man, we had a lot of memorable times together too, bro.
I remember you drove me to the studio. This was in was that 92? We drove to the studio over C. Nat's crib.
C. Nat.
And when we was leaving, I remember the cops pulled us over, and I remember you was like, the cops pulled us over, and they was like, passenger, put your hands out the window. And I remember I put my hand out the window, put my hand up to the window, but the window was rolled up. And he was like, hey, nigga, roll the window down.
Try to get to the studio.
Man.
Even back then, man. What's to that point though? What's your three most memorable times with me, man? Pause. Y'all gotta say pause with that, man.
That was one of them for sure. I mean, some others, man, I can't really mention, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that definitely was.
Don't mention it.
that definitely was one of them with the studio, because we had came from the studio and we were heading back. He was dropping me back off at my parents' crib.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and then we got pulled over. Man, I'm trying to remember, man. I don't even know if it's like more so memorable moments, man. It's really just more so like, I mean, every time I'm around you, it's a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really have like anything that's like I said, I got things that I remember.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, that I can't really speak on like that, but like I said, anytime I'm around you, it's a moment. You know what I mean? So it's nothing that I would say all of them, man, have their own moments that are memorable to me.
Man, for me, man, it was like just going to your cribs, wherever you were staying at, you was always down in the basement. Either you cutting hair, but 90% of the time you was making music.
I'm tripping. I do gotta. So just want to let you know.
Yeah.
Here on camera. Yeah. This man is the reason why I'm basically doing what I'm doing to this day.
Man, what you talking about, man?
Let me tell you something, man. For those out there that's watching this, it was, 2006, maybe 2005. He had gave me an opportunity to work a job. I was late. Something happened to it. A guy, whatever, woo. They didn't hire me, whatever. Reggie was upset with me. Me and Reggie didn't speak for like 6 months. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he got me on the phone with another guy named Tim. He was like, man, he was like, Skip, why don't you've been cutting hair all this time? Because keep in mind, during this period, after I graduated from college, I was cutting Reggie's hair maybe once every couple weeks, 2, maybe 3 weeks. It was him and maybe one other person's hair that I was cutting. No one else. My clippers was in the closet. I wasn't thinking about being no barber.
That's a fact.
My motive, just got my degree. My motive was
I got a degree.
Was going to school, get a good job, and do my music, producing music. This man said, dude, you've been cutting hair all this time. Why not go to barber school and get your license? I said, nigga, I'm not trying to be a barber. I got a degree. He said, well, nigga, it wouldn't hurt, you know what I'm saying, for you to at least give it a try. I said, you know what, maybe you're right. So I looked into going into barber school. I ended up starting barber school June 6, 2006. I'll never forget because it was 6606. He had me on the phone with another barber by the name of Tim earlier that year, 2006, and had a conversation about going to barber school or whatnot. And so I took it upon myself to say, let me do that. But like I said, and that's where my journey in the barbering, actually getting licensed began. But I will say this, and I know that from my heart, is that if this man never have said it to me, the thought of being a barber wasn't even in my mind. So,
well, I mean, that's real, but here's the thing, man. Like, this brother right here, he can do all. He can do hair, he can do music, he can draw. He's one of those.
Draw, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was trying to.
You was trying to draw.
I was doing designs
and stuff. Exactly. And it was like, the guy was like
just
a Kanye.
Just a creative
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he was like a Kanye kind of dude where he was just a jack of all trades. And so I knew he had a degree. Dude, y'all think you was delivering pizza?
I was delivering pizzas at emos.
You was delivering pizza at emos. I kept telling like, man, nah, you know you a walking talent. And but speaking of that, man, because you know in St. Louis, brother, it's hard to get out.
Yeah.
And St. Louis, man, it's like a crab in the bucket kind of thing. And so let the people know how you got started with music and how you got started with barbering and what drove you to it.
I started cutting hair in spring 1990, and that was pretty much just from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the designs that people were having. The kid group, the boys at that time, they had the stars and the zigzags in their head. Yeah. So I wanted that, and so hip hop and the haircuts and hip hop influenced me to want to start cutting hair.
Right.
And so that's when I began that journey. As far as on the music side, I've been, very much into music, way ahead of my time. My time as far as in my surroundings. I was always listening to advanced music, growing up as a kid. Versus listening to music with words, I would listen to music that didn't have words as well.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, my first encounter with actually recording songs with me rapping was in 1989, in 8th grade, with a friend of mine named Chris Smith, who goes by C-Nat.
C-Nat.
But it wasn't and so I've been recording music all that time, but it wasn't until May of 1996 was when I first started making beats.
Man, because you was always in the basement. You know what I'm saying? You were underground king out here in St. Louis. And so you was always, every time I came over there, I'd be like, what you doing, Skip?
Man. I was doing something.
And you was making a beat. I mean, you was like a surgeon out there. So, man, just wanted to say shout out to that, man, because you always been since the 80s. So you've been doing this thing, man. Let me know, man, just to wrap it up. I know you're busy. What's next, brother?
What's next is just to continue being, continue doing what God put me here to do, man. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? he's brought me this far. You know what I'm saying? And I've on, like I tell folks, I'm just a passenger in his vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So I would say what's next for me is to continue doing what I've been doing and never let limitation stop me from getting to where I need to go.
Man, that's real right there, man. Just on some player stuff, man. Like I said, y'all, this is my brother. I've been knowing him for half my life, probably more than half my life, and so many stories.
At this point now.
And we down here in the basement, you know, back in the day.
Yeah,
boy, he slid down the basement and
coming down here to cut hair.
Cut hair. He came down here to cut hair. This is a real funny story. It slid down the basement. It was icy out there, wasn't it?
Icy.
And
slid and broke the banister rails. Broke the rails. Coming down this very basement.
You know what I'm saying? That's been my partner since, man. I got her some heat with that with my mom, but look, mom, she messed with old Skip, man. So he always been family, man. But hey, keep representing the Lou.
No doubt. Man,
anything you want to say before you head out?
I mean, you know, just whatever goes, whatever drives you in life, man. You know what I'm saying? Let that spirit of being driven move you. Yeah. God put us all here to expand on our gift. We just have to find what that gift is.
Man, that's
everyone, every that's what I'm saying. Like no human on this earth wasn't brought here without a certain gift that they have. Some people have a gift of being able to stack boxes, to put puzzles and pieces together. Some people have gifts of, you know what I'm saying, being an electrician. Like everyone has a gift, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that, oh man, what I do ain't woo, it's just what I do, whatever. No, that's your gift. Right. You know what I'm saying? So expand on that, live on that, and continue to be determined and driven, man. And keep God first throughout it all.
Man, my man. We proud of you, Mr. Skip. Represent the Lou. And keep doing your thing, my man.
Thank you,
God bless you, brother.
So, yep.